Hello, Intactivists! In the news this week, we have Bloodstained Men, Foregen, GALDEF, Intact America, and much more coming up. In POTS news, we have a lot of POTS news. Since the 6x matching for POTS worked out so well last month, the same donors are going to extend it for the month of July. You can go ahead and read this on our coffee. Essentially, what it says is that the 6x match is going to be extended for another month of July. So thank you everyone who partakes in this. Just a reminder that this is free to do. You can learn about the Pods e-commerce program on our Discord, and you can go to our link tree in our description and find our CareBuzz campaign. So this all definitely helps if you choose to do that, and now it helps even more because it can get 6x matched by awesome pot supporters. Also, just a reminder, elite e-commercers now get OnlyFans access. So now people who use the POTS e-commerce program enough can partake in our monthly meetings, have voting rights, and get POTS' most exclusive Discord channel. You can become an elite e-commercer once again by partaking in the POTS e-commerce program. Join our Discord to find this out and so much more. Speaking of our meeting, we did have our monthly meeting this past Saturday. Also this past Saturday, Adam premiered in his first ever interview on POTS that got released. He got nothing but good comments, so people seem to really like him. So if you missed it, you should definitely go ahead and check it out. Also in POTS news, if you like to educate people on the harms of circumcision, or if you are decent with the copying and pasting, please consider joining the walks. We are planning on reaching over 1 million people sometime this year, and we need all the help we can get. The OnlyFans and I have talked about what we are waiting on to really crank up the funding of our social media advertising. I'll make a video special about that soon when we start those videos up. Again, if you are confused, you can always watch How to Become a Social Media Defender for POTS. It's only 2 minutes long and it will explain everything. Alright, and on to the Bloodstained Men news. So the Bloodstained Men, they are at Alaska. They took some pictures and stuff like that. This is them at Soldotna, Alaska. You can see them. There's about 10 people here in this picture, maybe a little bit more. Super awesome. You can also see them on their Facebook. They were at Kenya Peninsula, so that's super cool. The Bloodstained Men posing in front of that sign. So super awesome for the Bloodstained Men being out in Alaska, teaching and educating parents of having their children intact. That's super, super awesome work for the Bloodstained Men. And in Intact America news, if you can read this here, it says, Happy Pride from Intact America. We hope everyone had an incredible Pride Month. We cherished every opportunity to show up, speak out, and connect with the LGBTQ plus community. The Intactivist movement is deeply connected to the sex positivity and the defense of the fundamental rights we are all guaranteed as human beings, values that are central to what Pride represents. Now you can keep reading this if you want. Now, the only thing that I'm going to focus on the bottom here says, want to represent Intact America at Pride event in your city? We'd love to hear from you. Reach out at info@intactamerica.org. So other than that, I don't actually know if Intact America went ahead and did a Pride parade or a Pride booth for Pride Month. I'm not sure. I checked their schedule and their event. So yeah, so if you go to June, which was last month, which was also Pride Month, there's no event found right here at the bottom. So no event was found. You can go to July. Again, no event found. And I'm on the intactamerica.org/events. So I don't think Intact America actually did a Pride event at all during Pride Month. So I think they were just reusing old pictures. Now I could be wrong, but once again, guys, if you know something that I don't know, please let me know if Intact America actually went out last month or even this week and did Pride parades and raised awareness of foreskin pride and intactivism and, protecting children, stuff like that. Essentially saying circumcision bad. But yeah, let me know if they did this because I'm not sure if they actually went out this year. All right, and in Foregen news. So, Foregen made a commentarium, an opportunity to double your support. A $25,000 matching campaign is now starting. It is only for the month of July 2025. It says, thanks to a generous board member, Shingo Levine, every contribution you make this month will be matched dollar for dollar. This means your donation will have twice the impact up to July 31st, 2025. So essentially it says, what the money will do in this very quick blurb, which is very vague. And it does say that this campaign is a pivotal step in moving our mission forward together. We deeply appreciate your dedication and generosity. Let's seize this opportunity to make 2025 a year of accelerated progress. Now, keep in mind that this is off the back of a horrible month of donations, which is what I actually brought up last week. So we'll see if this helps Foregen raise any more donations. I'm not really sure. We'll definitely go ahead and talk about this in the polls of the week, though. All right, and in GALDEF news. So, GALDEF has the major fundraiser announced, help make How to Sue and Win possible, which on the face of it sounds great and all, but if you read here, it says GALDEF has begun fundraising for 2 vital projects this year and has set an ambitious goal of raising a combined total of $12,000 by June 30th. Now, June 30th has come and gone. It's been 8 days since this deadline. And if you go ahead and check GALDEF, you can see their blog. I'm on their blog now. They haven't made any updates on their blog for about a month and a half, maybe even longer. May 11th is the last time they made a blog about anything. So it's super interesting that their goal has actually been met very recently if you go to their fundraiser. So this is their fundraiser, help make How to Sue It and Win possible. They did just reach their $12,000 goal. They actually beat their $12,000 goal, which is really awesome for GALDEF, but yet they have not made a single post thanking their donors or giving an update of how they're using this money or what's going on with these 2 vital projects. So there's no update with this, and nobody on my Discord was talking about the fact that GALDEF has raised the money. Everything seems to be good financially, but yet we don't have a single update on the Pride parades or the film itself. So if I'm missing something, please let me know. But as of right now, it stands that I'm not sure what's going on. So the community of Intactivists, let me know if you know what GALDEF is up to and if they even started their How to Sue and Win possible film or if they're starting it. So yes, thank you guys for letting me know. All right, guys, and on to the Intactivist calendar for the week. So, No Circ, Michigan. This, in about a week from now, they're going to have their Ann Arbor Art Fair, which is Thursday, July 17th, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., all the way through Saturday, July 19th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This will be at 315 Liberty Street, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ron Lau, aka the Foreskin Diaries, he is going on tour. Once again, guys, the dates vary. You can go ahead and check the dates, and you just have to click around and see which works for you, and if you're even in the area, because he will be doing this in Scotland, but he's also doing it in the United States as well. You can check the venues and much more by going to edfringe.com, tickets/what's-on/the Foreskin Diaries, and you can definitely go ahead and check out this and get your tickets. All right, the Bloodstained Men, they are currently in the Alaskan circumcision crisis protest. They have about 5 more days of protesting in Alaska. That is super awesome for the Bloodstained Men. Today, they are going to be in DeBar Road and Boniface, and they're also going to be in the afternoon located West 5th Ave and C Street. So super awesome for the Bloodstained Men, and hopefully you guys can go ahead and change minds out there and prove to people that circumcision's wrong and save some babies while you're out there. All right, and on to the polls of the week. Why do you think Foregen donations dropped so much last month? Not a lot of participation in this poll, but that's A-okay. Everybody answered A. Foregen used neonatal tissues for their experiments with another organization. That is what everybody that answered this poll thinks. Granted, it's not a lot of people that answered this poll, but either way, everything else was bots, so not a lot of participation. But either way, We're going to keep bringing you polls every single week, so you guys can definitely go ahead and answer them. Once again, guys, if you don't like how this turned out, please go to my Discord and go vote, because your vote matters. And on to the fundraisers of the week. All right, so Intaction, critical call to support nationwide male bodily autonomy. They're trying to get to $100,000. They're at $5,390, which is 5% of their goal. They have raised about $300 the past week, which is super awesome for Intaction, but this is going to take them years to reach their $100,000 goal at this rate. All right, End Circumcision, support genital autonomy for all at Pride. This is the Genital Autonomy's collective fundraiser. Currently, they have raised $616, which is about 41% of their $1,500 goal. They've raised about $41 this past week, which just goes to show that it doesn't matter how big or small your donation is, it can really add up. Okay, Your Whole Babies LA Prego Expo booth. They have raised $350 out of their $4,500 goal. No new changes this week, so they're still at 8% of their goal. I am not sure when Your Whole Baby actually needs this money by. All right, Unaltered Removing Circumcision-Related Misinformation. They haven't gotten any new donations in the past 4 months. They're at 6% of their $1,000 goal. And there is no new updates. The last update was March 1st, 2025. Again, Unaltered Coffee, no new donations here. Okay, Bloodstained Men, in memory of Carol. They have raised $4,386 raised of their $5,000. They got 28 days left to go ahead and meet that goal. They need about $614. Okay, GALDEF. So GALDEF has actually gotten quite a bit of money recently. They're at $28,549 out of their $35,000 goal. GALDEF jumped up quite a bit from last week, so that is super awesome for GALDEF. Speaking of jumping up, GALDEF also jumped up here, help make How to Sue and Win possible. Already covered this before, but GALDEF got over $3,500 donated to them in the past 4 days. That's super awesome, which pushes them over their $12,000 goal by $655. That's super awesome for GALDEF. I'm interested in an update from this, so let's see how this film comes along, and I'm curious when this film will get done. All right, Intact Global's fundraiser, support Intact Global's fight against genital mutilation. We have quite a few donations rolling in here. It's about $114 raised since last week. They're at 84% of their $50,000 goal with $41,932 raised. And also, if you include their Intact Global Organ litigation effort, that's an extra $380 on top of the previous donated amount. Okay, Intact America, hold doctors and hospitals accountable for penis injuries. There is no new donations on this. It is stuck at $5,125 raised. No one's donated to this. It's been 6 months since someone has donated to this fundraiser. All right, Prevail over the system. We have gotten a huge jump in our Intactivist ads campaign. We're at 54% of our $2,000 goal, which means we raised about $1,008 so far, which thank you guys once again for helping us with the Care Buzz and the POTS e-commerce program. That's where the majority of this money came from for sure. So thank you guys very, very much for partaking in this. And also those who do donate straight to POTS, we love you. Thank you very much. And in the Intactivism growth for the week. So, Bloodstained Men last week had 7,128 followers. This week's Bloodstained Men have 7,151 followers. That is a 23-person gain, or a 0.32% increase for the week. That is super awesome for the Bloodstained Men. That is definitely a solid gain while they're out in Alaska. Alright guys, that's all I have for the news. Don't forget about watching the video. Nonprofit status doesn't really matter in 2025. Here is why. And fully watch the video, please. And also don't forget about watching the Adam premiere interview. Please like and share this to get this out to more people. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.